Good morning. I hope you guys are all doing well. I think it's about 12 above, and I might be wrong. I was up really early today. I woke up at like 4:38 a.m. and then I got up just after 5. I did my exercises in my room. I kind of cleaned stuff out of the way, and it worked pretty well. And then I ended up going outside. It was still really dark, but I used like a little headlamp, and I walked for about 20 minutes. So it went well. And then I took a shower and got ready. So that I could get out today. I was able to borrow a vehicle, and I'm back home. I did some errands and whatnot, um, and then I'll be going to work a little bit later. I wanted to share with you Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 and 29. Oh, and 30. So here it is. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I really like this verse. It's a really good reminder to remember that we're dependent on God. And if we're independent, we're going to struggle with being weary. We're going to struggle with taking on too much. We have to remember that He does want to give us rest, our souls rest. And so if we're just kind of in the rat race and we're just going and going, it can be so difficult. And I've been in seasons where, I'm working 40 plus hours. I've worked 2 jobs before, a full-time and a part-time. I've been without a vehicle before. I've even in the wintertime, well, more kind of spring, but we still had a lot of snow. But I rode a bike to the first job and then the second job. And so I've been in those seasons. That's not a season that I'm in right now. And I think I'm still struggling though, because now I'm doing a lot less, because that's what I really feel like God was speaking to me. You need to slow down and take care of yourself, and, make sure you're not hurting yourself because of my knee arthritis and stuff. And so I've slowed down. And I really do like to do things. I like to be able to get where I need to go. And it's kind of sometimes hard to rely on other people. And so I really am learning in this season that I need to be more patient and more kind and more gentle. And I am so appreciative to family and friends that are getting me to work and helping me out when I need to do errands, and even borrowing a car here and there. I'm appreciative and thankful. But anyways, I just wanted to share that verse and encourage you to talk to God and say, you know what, I'm really tired and I don't know what to do. I don't want to have all these burdens. And then maybe, you take an inventory and see, what is it that I can do less? What am I doing that isn't as important, but would free up more time that I would be able to have some rest. And just, releasing those things to the Lord that we don't have control over. And I think that's, the season for me too, within so many other seasons, is just to go, well, I have to just let that go, or that's not my circumstance. I will pray about it. And I do care about people and I care about what they're going through, but I can't take it on for myself, and I need to step away or whatever I need to do. But I have been seeking the Lord in many areas of my life. And I'm coming back to, well, I can't change anybody else. I can only work on myself. And that's where I need to just come back to and say, okay, Lord, help me with these things that I'm doing. And just, realign myself, do my inventory, check myself. And so I do. I spend a lot of time in prayer, and I'm getting more in the Word of God. I'm spending more time in my Bible and devotionals and stuff. I will tell you, yesterday I did watch The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship, and I kind of dozed off. I was eating lunch, and then I'm on my bed in my room, and I dozed off a little bit. And so, yeah, but I saw most of it. Anyways, the reason why I decided to watch The Lord of the Rings was I was at customer service the other day returning my shoes, and there was a gentleman in line with me, and he started talking to me, and he was saying, yeah, I'm waiting to return, this hair dryer for my wife. It was the wrong one. And I was telling him about my return for my shoes and stuff. And then he said, oh, The Lord of the Rings. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's, good movie. I really like it and stuff. And he goes, yeah, I really like it. You can kind of step away and not be an adult while you watch it. And I said, yeah, I haven't watched it in a while. And he's like, yeah, I've watched it, usually every month. It's really good. And he looked at me and he said, you favor, and he didn't know her name in the movie. And I was like, not really understanding what he was saying. I thought he was asking, who's your favorite character in the movie? And I'm thinking, boy, there's so many. I like Frodo. I like Bilbo Baggins, for different reasons. I like Gandalf the Gray and the White. I love Aragon because he's just so brave and so trustworthy and so caring. And he's very handsome, I must admit. Anyways, then he said Aragon. And I said, oh yeah, like I was thinking he was still asking me, is that your favorite? And I was like, well, yeah, he's one of my favorites. But that's not what he was saying. He was saying that you favor, and then he said the elf, and he meant the lady. I guess she's half human and half elf. And Aragon and her fell in love. And I think her name is Arwen or Arwen. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But anyway, she is beautiful. And I was like just talking to him and thinking, and it all kind of registered after I left that he was saying I looked like this elf in the movie. And I don't really still see the resemblance. And here's another funny part. So I get my hair every now and again. It's been over 3 years, but I'll get it highlighted blonde. So I was thinking my hair was blonde the other night. And I was thinking about what he said. And I'm like, how would he think I even remotely look like this, this lady, this character? I have blonde hair. And then I realized as I was walking back to the fitting room, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have blonde hair. My hair's brown. And so I was just laughing at myself. I was having a blonde moment and I'm not even blonde. But anyways, and when I was a kid, it was kind of dirty blonde. I lived in Southern California. And so my hair would kind of be just kind of a dirty blonde. But I watched the movies or watched the first one, and then I watched part 1 of the second one. I really want to get the Hobbit ones. There's 3 of them. I don't have them. I just have the other 3. Anyways, our household does. And I was really wanting to get the Hobbit ones because my mom really liked the Hobbit. So maybe I'll be able to find those used. But I just couldn't get over the fact that this person I've never met, and he wasn't flirting with me or anything. I think he was just matter-of-factly just like saying, you favor this person. You kind of look like this person. I looked at some pictures online and I looked at her, on the screen and stuff. Yeah, I'm a white woman. I have longer hair. I don't know. I didn't see a lot of resemblance. I thought maybe some of her pictures where she didn't have really that much makeup on her, she looked more, I don't know. Maybe I looked a little bit like her, but still don't really think I look like her. I was kind of just laughing to myself saying, well, I must have had a really good hair day and a really good face day for a total stranger to think that I looked like this character on Lord of the Rings. It was just funny. And I'll be honest, it kind of felt good that somebody thought I looked like some beautiful elf on Lord of the Rings, because I would have never thought it. But anyways, I'm just sharing that just because I told you yesterday in my quick video that I was going to watch Lord of the Rings. And I kind of did and kind of dozed off a little bit. And I'll probably continue maybe on the weekend watching more of it. And I don't know when I can get to the thrift stores to look for The Hobbit. I guess there's 3 of them. I would like to watch it in chronological order, which would mean the Hobbit ones would come first and then the rest. But, it would take time to watch all of them. I wouldn't watch them all in one day. So I don't know what else I want to share. I just wanted to share that we all go through seasons, and we need to not forget that we can come to the Lord and ask him for help, whatever we're going through. If we're feeling sick, or if our child's sick, or if we're having relationship issues, or we feel like we're not communicating better with people, or even when we're trying to communicate, it comes off kind of maybe not like we want it. I struggle with that. I want to be kind. I want to be able to speak to people and share my thoughts. And I don't want to cause people to be upset with me. I don't want to be misunderstood. And I guess so often anymore, we can be misunderstood very easily, or we can assume or project or think somebody thinks something that they don't, or they think something that's not true. And, it just gets really mixed up. And I think that Satan probably has a play in that, getting people mad at each other. And then I'm just reminded, that it's not a flesh war. We're not battling against each other, but Satan will use whatever will work. He's pretty lazy. He'll use people to fight against each other and miscommunication and things. And I just need to be you know, paying attention and know that that's mostly what it is. So I will be up for a long time today since I got up pretty early. I think I maybe only got 4 hours of sleep. I feel okay. I'm getting ready to make some lunch and do some dishes, and I might go out a little bit early before I go to work. I don't know. I may not. And then, I'll be dropping the vehicle off to the person that I borrowed it from. Well, it'll just be in the parking lot, and I'll give the keys. And then I'll work tonight, and then I will be getting picked up by a family member. And I'm just really thankful for that and appreciative. And I'm thankful that I do have at least enough money to give some gas money to those that have helped. And there's been plenty of people that have given me rides home that are just, no, they won't take any gas money. But I'm always going to offer that because, it does take extra money. And I'm really appreciative because if I were to take a cab or something, Lyft or Uber, I checked out the prices and you're looking at 22 to 25 one way. And, that's probably not with a tip, maybe with a tip, but that's, would be $50 a day for me. So that's like $800 a month. And that's really not affordable for me. I was using my truck that was paid for, and all I had to do was, make sure I had the oil changed and then my gas every month. It's more in the wintertime. I would say it's more like 140 to 160, maybe more during the wintertime, depending on what I do. And that's really just going to work and doing a few things around town. You heat it up extra, and then you heat it up when you're going to get back into it. It does have auto start, which is nice. But it's not safe for me to drive the four-wheel drive, and I don't have a mechanic. And getting into a mechanic, they're like, yeah, we can give you we can talk to you in January and give you an estimate. So people are, getting their vehicles fixed and waiting on stuff. So I'm just going to have to really grow in this season of not having a vehicle that I can just go whenever I want. And still also learning how to receive, because I really like to give. I really like to bless people. So I will just continue to pray about it and ask God to help me to be, be a good receiver, be humble, and learn in this season what I need to learn, what He wants me to learn. I don't know, maybe you have things that you want to learn, or maybe you're in a season of learning. I think we're always in a season of learning. And I think that sometimes we're in seasons where we're learning and we maybe don't want to learn, or we don't want to maybe acknowledge that we have stuff we need to learn or we need to get better at. I'm kind of one of those people that really wants to learn and wants to improve. And yet at the same time, I want to have times where, I'm learning and growing, but I'm also just, enjoying the journey. And it's not like, your nose is in the book and you're constantly feeling like you've got to do this, you've got to do that. I think there's balance in everything. And I think we can give those things. And so that's why I really love this reminder in this verse, especially the last part that says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That we can give Him these things that are burdening us that we can't control. We can't change. Prayer can change everything. And I have had so many prayers that have been answered in my lifetime. And there's still so many that haven't. And there's been a lot that, maybe they weren't answered the way that I wanted. And maybe there's still some that are in the waiting category. But God knows what He's doing. And I'm really glad that He's in control and I'm not. So I hope you have a really good day. And I will get back on here tomorrow at some point and share with you. And if you like these videos, subscribe, like, and you can share them and leave a comment. I appreciate it. And also, if you could watch through all the way, that helps my watch hours. I really do appreciate it. So blessings, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.